Hello, Chairman. It's a pleasure to present our work on the use of C# unsafe code context. This is a joint work. Ehsan, my master students, did the work. I'd like to thank Foutse and Gias from Polytechnic Montreal and Calgary who helped us in this work. So basically, C# is a managed language. We mean that it maintains type safety. It doesn't allow pointer manipulation. That is, the code is actually a managed code, and the C# uses common language runtime, so the native code cannot harm the system because it cannot access the direct memory content. In contrast, unsafe context is provided for performance reasons, and it allows pointer arithmetic, it allows memory access. And in the unsafe code context, the compiler makes sure the code is in an unsafe mode. Unsafe code is not necessarily dangerous. We don't have any problem with unsafe code. But because common language runtime doesn't control the code, using unsafe code may lead to security and stability risks. This is the context that unsafe is used. You usually have unsafe and this form and untext context puts here. So we have three main questions. First of all, how prevalent are C# unsafe code contexts in Stack Overflow? And what are the types and scenarios that people use unsafe code, and how vulnerable are they, or are they vulnerable at all? So there are various analysis and studies on Stack Overflow security, as you can see, in various languages. Even recently, I did a work that we published on IEEE transaction that talked about C++ vulnerability migrations and C++ analysis. That was the first of its own. Or Rahman did something on Python. But basically, we saw a lot of things on Java and C++, C, guidelines, standardization, even recommendations, but we did not see a focused study on C# security problems. Thus, we couldn't find any work on question and answer websites on C#. Actually, C++ code snippets which are used in C# can be used in a non-safe code context. That is, we may have memory corruptions that can lead to vulnerable code and exploitations. But based on best of our knowledge, this is the first work that focuses on security of C# code. What we did was actually we took over 41 million posts in Stack Overflow. First, we searched for unsafe tag within the post, and we noticed 599 posts were extracted that they used unsafe tag. But we checked these actually posts, and we noticed that these keywords are prevalent. So we looked at the post for unmanaged code with other tags. With these tags, we searched, and also we searched the titles, and we searched for unmanaged code. And in addition, we searched the code itself for unsafe, and the pattern that we can usually use, we used the regular expression. And out of that, we came up with 1,600 posts. So overall, out of over 41 million, we had nearly 2,200 unsafe code snippets. The first finding was that nearly 3/4 of unsafe posts do not use the proper unsafe tag. So it is somehow difficult to come up, look for unsafe in the post. Another thing that we did, since we were using SOTorrent, and we looked through 10 years of Stack Overflow posts, we noticed these are the percentages of usage. So we compared the percentages, and we noticed that the percentage of use of C# within unsafe code does not change, and it's pretty much stays the same. So the distribution of using C# unsafe codes is similar to the percentage of using. Another thing that we were looking for the categories. So we searched the tags, we categorized the tags, we even for the ones that we could not categorize them, we actually did manual review, and we came up with 3 categories of image processing, interoperability, and memory access. So the image processing scenario consisted of nearly 27% of the posts, and they were very popular in the Stack Overflow. The fourth finding we saw the command stack alloc over 200 times, and since C# version 7.2, stack alloc can be used outside of a non-safe context, and Microsoft even recommends using a safe version instead of an unsafe version. So although the number was high, it is not what Microsoft recommends. So basically the categories that we saw were shown here. These are the 2200 unsafe code scenarios that we looked. In the third part, we just looked for actually dangerous functions, and we did some regular expressions on them. And as you can see, we saw string copy, we saw mem copy, rand, which is an obsolete function, and ASCII to AOI that may lead to vulnerabilities. And these are some samples of using like string copy or mem copy. And basically what we found that most of the image processing contexts that have used unsafe codes were actually using for accessing pixels, and if the speed and performance are not the main concern, this type of usage can cause problem, and it's better not use it. And more interestingly, Microsoft designed warnings for p-invoke that are used outside of the box context are still used in this. So in conclusion, we found that although unsafe is used for memory access and raw data storage, some of the usages and 7 major findings led to believe us that they may cause vulnerability problems. Thank you.